the TOJ Digital Studios. This is Play Like a Jet. My name is Scott Mason. You can follow me on Twitter at PlayLikeAJet1. And we've got a very special guest on the show today. I want to say welcome to New York to him, but I can't really say that yet because of what's going on in the world right now. He's still in Louisville. He's not in New York just yet, but he's going to be soon. The newest addition to the New York Jets, and he's a big addition in a lot of ways. The big ticket, Mekhi Becton. Mekhi, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So the first thing that I got to ask you about is the big ticket nickname. Obviously, you're a big guy. We know that. But where did that nickname originate?
It came from a guy that was helping me with my recruitment. He was just like, you got the ticket to go to the league. So he just called me Big Ticket, and I just took it and ran with it.
I was talking to Cameron T. Robinson, who covered you for the Courier-Journal, and he told me that they were selling big ticket T-shirts in Louisville. So it must have been really weird for you as an offensive lineman to be the center of attention like that, right?
Well, it was kind of weird because I'm not a skilled player, so it was kind of weird.
You're going to be the center of attention a lot here, though, in New York because the spotlight's on you, being the number 11 pick. Are you ready to come here and be under the bright lights in the big city?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready. I mean, that doesn't really faze me much. I'm just there to play ball.
When Jordan Reed from Draft Network talked on draft day about you, he said that when he spoke to you, you said that Joe Douglas and the Jets had shown the most interest in you. Were you surprised at all that A, you made it to number 11, and B, that when you did, Joe Douglas pounced and grabbed you as the number 11 pick?
I was surprised that I made it to the 11th pick. I was expecting to go higher, but I'm at the perfect spot now, so it doesn't even matter at this point. But I wasn't surprised when I seen the 11th pick coming up, and I knew Joe Douglas was going to give me a call. So I kind of figured it was coming up.
Did you have a special kinship with Joe Douglas? Because I know that you're both from right around the same area, and obviously Joe Douglas was an offensive lineman when he played the game himself.
Yeah, but a couple of days before the draft, we talked, and we were talking about Richmond. So that gave us a good connection because he was saying street names that I know, and we were just talking about the same area. So that's always a good talk.
Have any of your future teammates reached out to you yet?
No. The only person I've talked to is Cameron Clark. I don't know why I said Cam Robinson.
I was actually going to ask about Cam Clark because you guys have become pretty tight, right?
Yeah, we actually was training before the combine with Duke Manyweather, and we're both going to start training with him again shortly.
How's that been going? Because Duke has a great reputation for working with young offensive linemen, and I know that he's been working with you on your technique and your nutrition and all of that. How has that training been going?
That training been going great because, he's teaching me things that I know I needed to work on, so it's helping me. It's going to help me out a lot in the long run.
What do you think you need to work on?
I need to work on my footwork mostly.
How about from 2018 to 2019? What do you think that you improved on the most? Because Dwayne Ledford has talked a lot about his work with you there, coming in as the offensive line coach and, of course, as the offensive coordinator. He's well known as an offensive line guru, did some great work with Garrett Bradbury, who went in the first round in 2019. What kind of work did Dwayne Ledford do with you, and how much of an impact did he have in your improvement from 2018 to 2019?
Coach Lever had a huge impact on the way I played this previous season because he came in and pretty much told me everything that I was doing at first wasn't right, and he told me I needed to finish more, and that's what I feel like I did best this year.
How important was your relationship with the quarterbacks? Because now you're coming in and you're going to be protecting Sam Darnold. And I know that you obviously had to protect both Lamar Jackson and then Mikael Cunningham. Talk to me a little bit about those relationships and how they played into your overall level of play and comfort.
That goes, relationship with the quarterback goes a long way because you guys have to be able to trust each other. Like, I have to know he's going to throw the ball. You have to know what I'm doing on my assignment. So, it's all about trust. That's the first thing I'm going to try to build on when I first get there is trying to get him to trust me and I trust him.
Mekhi, when I first watched your tape, and I think a lot of people had this reaction, you watch a guy go flying across the screen. In fact, a lot of these guys were going out of the frame. So Le'Veon Bell has to be sitting at home licking his chops now. How excited should Le'Veon Bell be to have you blocking out in front of him?
He should be really excited because I'm excited to block for him. So it's going to be a good time.
How much do you know about the current Jets offense and Coach Gase and Coach Pollock?
I know we signed a couple of offensive linemen over the offseason. That's pretty much all I know.
It was funny because I know on draft night you said that what you knew about the Jets is that they used to have Brett Favre and LaDainian Tomlinson, so a lot of us laughed. But I know that right now it's an exciting time for the Jets because they just got you, and you come in here and you're going to be protecting Sam Darnold's blind side, which is something that everybody was praying for. Everybody wanted somebody that can help keep Sam Darnold upright. When you look at what Sam Darnold does on the field, a lot of what he does is moving in and out of the pocket. How much do you think you can help improve what the Jets do there? Can you give Sam Darnold a lot more time to do what he does best?
I definitely feel like I can give him a lot more time than what he's had in previous years. So I feel like it's going to be a huge improvement when I get there, and I'm hoping for it. So I'm just ready to work.
I want to ask you a little bit about the Senior Bowl, because when the Senior Bowl happened, that was when you first started to really vault up the draft boards, and it was because Daniel Jeremiah had you listed at number 4 in his mock draft going to the Giants. Now, thankfully, Mekhi, you didn't go to the Giants. You're here with the Jets, but Daniel Jeremiah putting you there really opened some eyes. And then after that, at the Combine, when you ran that 5.140 and people realized that you were not only huge, but you were such an elite athlete for a guy your size, was it kind of crazy for you to finally hear your name in the stratosphere of the absolute elite of the elite and have all that hype behind you?
No, it didn't. It didn't surprise me because I knew that people didn't watch Louisville games, so I knew once everybody get a chance to sit down and actually break down film, I knew I was going to be in one of them top names. So I mean, I wasn't surprised by all the hype that I got.
Tell me a little bit about your personality, because from what everybody has said, and even from just listening to you talk, you seem to have a personality that's a perfect fit for New York. So I'm not surprised that you said you're excited to get here, even though you've never visited New York yet. Is this something that you just kind of played into, it developed over time, or have you just always been an outsized personality?
I've always been like this. I'm always the type of person that put people before myself. So I just always been this type of person.
Tell me a little bit about what you're going to be doing in terms of nutrition going forward, because I know that you've said that you want to play ideally around 350, 355, and you have played a little bit heavier than that. I think you were at 363 when you were at the Combine. What do you plan on doing nutrition-wise to make sure that you're able to hit right around where your goal is?
Duke helped me with this fish, chicken, and veggie diet. So I plan on staying on that, or I might get a chef to come in and just cook for me. So
that's a good idea, because it's one thing when you're a college student and you don't have money, but now that you're going to be a pro, you can go out and get yourself a personal chef. I think that's a great idea. In fact, I know that a lot of people, especially during quarantine, have been getting a lot of these meal prep services. So that should be able to help a lot. And that'll help you in accomplishing your year one goals. And I wanted to know what your year one goals are. If I were to corner you and say, Mekhi, what do you hope to accomplish year number 1 with the New York Jets in the NFL? More than anything else, what would it be?
To start as a rookie and make the playoffs.
I think that's music to a lot of Jets fans' ears. For the long run, though, what do you want to do in terms of improvement and getting to where your ceiling is? Because a lot of people have talked about how you have the potential to be otherworldly good. Everybody agrees that you're already excellent, but you have the chance to be one of the best of the best. And I think that one of the things that people have said they loved about you is that you're always striving to be better. In fact, that's what Cameron Teague Robinson said. He said you're always motivated to be better, that no matter how good you are, you always feel like you can take it to the next level. So what do you plan to do to hit that level? And do you think that that's a fair assessment, that no matter how good you are, you always feel like you can be better and you're willing to work to get to that?
I just like to work hard, and I work hard because, like, I like to work and make sure I keep what I got. So I don't want to get complacent, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's pretty much all it is. I mean, that's just how I was brought up. Like, that's just something my dad always engraved in me.
Was there any question in your mind that you were going to be ready for the NFL? Any thought at all about possibly staying at Louisville for another year?
Nah, it was no thought at all. Let me stay another year.
I got to ask you this question, Mekhi, because even though I know that you said that Duke's got you on a diet, and I don't want Jets fans to get mad at me because I'm putting these ideas in your head, but are you familiar with the legend of New York pizza?
I've heard a lot about New York pizza. I heard it's really good. Now, I plan on trying it one day.
Okay, I just have to throw that out there because I got to tell you, I don't want you to be breaking your diet or getting Big Duke mad at you or anything like that, but we do have outstanding pizza here in New York. So when you're ready, you got my contact information. You shoot me a text if you have a cheat day or something. I'll make sure that I send you to some of the best pizza places. Chris Nimbley, who's on the Jets beat, who you're going to encounter in the locker room this season, he likes to try and say that New Jersey pizza is just as good or better than New York pizza, but we all know that Chris is a little bit out of his mind in that regard. I want to ask you about food, though, in general, because I know that your mom is legendary for her cooking skills. Cameron Teague Robinson talked about that. What are your favorite things to eat?
I like to eat salmon, chicken, and steak. Those are my favorite things I like to eat and make for myself.
Great choices. What about other things that you like to do off the football field? Because I know a lot of Jets fans are looking forward to watching you, but they kind of want to get to know you as a person. What do you like to do? Video games, movies, TV? What do you typically like to do when you're not doing something football related?
I play video games and just chill with my girlfriend sometimes. That's about it.
Nothing more to it. That's a great way to live as far as I'm concerned. In fact, that's generally what I end up doing when I have some free time. Mekhi, question for you on the jersey number front, because a lot of people want to get your jersey, but they want to make sure that they're getting the right number when they do. Do we have a confirmation on what number you're going to wear when you start out with the Jets?
Yeah, I'm going to wear number 77.
Any particular reason?
73 was retired, and I feel like 77 I can start my own legacy in.
Hopefully that legacy is one that we look back at for years to come and put you in the same pantheon of some of the great players that have ever played for the Jets. Like you said, number 73 retired because that's Joe Klecko, one of the greatest defensive linemen of all time. You're stepping into the shoes of DeBrickashaw Ferguson here a little bit. It's weird because Brick retired a couple of years ago, but ever since there's been a bit of a void at that left tackle spot, and now you're stepping in here to fill it. Brick played for 10 years at a really high level, made a couple of Pro Bowls, 160 games played. Are you aware of DeBrickashaw Ferguson? And if so, what are your thoughts on coming in here and trying to make Jets fans look at you the same way that they looked at DeBrickashaw?
I'm definitely aware of DeBrickashaw Ferguson. And you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the challenge.
If you had one message to give to Jets fans about what they should expect from you and what they should be looking for, not only in year one, but all the way through your time here with the Jets, however long that lasts, what would it be?
I'm going to look for a guy that's going to be working hard every day, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to have fun with it. Just know it's going to be a whole lot of fun, and y'all won't regret this.
He is the new left tackle for the New York Jets and hopefully going to be that left tackle for a really long time. I got to tell you, Mekhi, and I'm not just saying this because you're on the show. I actually was talking about you well before most people were. Somebody sent me some of your tape and told me to look. I watched, and I believe the exact words that I used when I texted Chris Nimbley, who, as I said, you're going to meet in the locker room at some point during the season because he covers the Jets on the Jets beat, was, I think I just watched somebody commit attempted murder on the football field. You got to watch this guy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you manhandle guys and, as we said, open up some holes for Le'Veon Bell and protect Sam Darnold's blind side, because if you can do that, it's going to go a long way towards one of the goals that you mentioned, which is the Jets making the playoffs in 2020. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I hope that you'll come back soon. For fans who want to maybe follow you on social media or want to get a message to you or something like that, where can they go to follow you and see what you're up to?
My Twitter is BigTicket73. I'm about to change that name soon. And then my Instagram is big.ticket73, and I'm about to change that soon too.